an easy explanation of the law of tort. Let's do it with examples because that's the best way to understand. So here's example number one. I'm walking down the street here in the town where I live, and I go past a very old and famous bakery. It's a family bakery and it's been there for a long time, maybe 60 years. And outside there hangs a metal sign quite high up above the door of the bakery that says Angel Bakery and the year that it was established. And all the old men in the town, the dads in particular, look at the sign and say, that's been there for a long time. Someone should make sure it's safe. If it's windy, it could come down and hurt someone. And being dads, they say, could kill someone if it hits them on the head. Well, I'm walking along the street. It's a slightly windy day. It's not a hurricane. And the sign comes down and it hits my shoulder and it hits my foot. Now that means I can't work for a few weeks. I need surgery in the hospital, and I'm extremely upset. What area of law are we in your country? Because in England, we are very much in the law of tort. That area of tort is called negligence, and negligence means you failed to be careful when the law said you had a duty to be careful. We call that duty, she says, remembering, the duty of care. It comes from a very famous case in English legal history, and it basically says even when people are strangers, like me and the family that own the bakery, you still have a legal duty to be absolutely careful and not cause harm. So the first area of tort law is the biggest one, and it's negligence, a breach of the duty of care. So if I want to go to court, the owner of the bakery has committed no crime. There's no point in calling the police. And of course, there's no contract between that family and me. We're absolute strangers. So here we are in the law of tort to find a solution to the problem, a solution we call a remedy for breach of the duty of care. What do I want? Money. How do I get that money? Well, I have to explain to the court, be quiet birds, I think they're hungry. I have to explain to the court what my losses are as a result of this breach. Number one, loss of earnings because I can't work. Number two could be hospital bills, but in England hospitals are free, so probably not. And the third one is what you would probably translate as moral damage, but you can't say moral damage in English law. You have to say something like emotional distress, or if you're American, maybe emotional pain and suffering. So the law of tort will give me a remedy for the breach of the duty of care of the bakery. They should have maintained their sign and made sure it was safe. They didn't do that. A member of the public is injured. We've got a negligence claim. So that's the biggest and most important area of tort, negligence. Second example, I've got a lovely house here with a big garden. This isn't it behind me. I wish it was, but it's not. And at the bottom of my garden is land belonging to the railway company. And I notice on that land at the bottom of my garden, there's a very dangerous and expensive plant. It's called Japanese knotweed. It was brought here by the Victorian people a few hundred years ago because they thought it was beautiful, but they should never have brought it because it's what we call an invasive plant. And the reason it's dangerous is it's very hard to kill. and it can grow through concrete, up through the foundations of a house. So I inform the railway company, you've got Japanese knotweed and it's very close to my house, and they do nothing. And the knotweed, of course, spreads very quickly. It comes under the garden fence into my garden, and now I cannot sell my house. I cannot sell my house because no one will buy it. This plant will destroy the foundations of the house. There's no crime, there's no contract. I will feed them, I think, after I finish recording. No crime, no contract. What do we have? Tort. And this is the tort of nuisance. And this is law that says I have the right to quiet enjoyment of my own land. I have the right for nothing to interfere with my peace and tranquility when I'm on land or in my home if I own them. And the railway company have caused me a nuisance, and I can take legal action under the law of tort. So, tort really is an area of law where people have an argument, but no crime has been committed and there's no contract between them. But one of them is extremely angry and would like some money. There are other heads of tort. Heads just means categories. We've looked at, very quickly at negligence and nuisance. And in another video, we'll talk about a third one, defamation. Defamation is writing or saying something about someone that's not true and it harms their reputation. And I think in your system that just might be a crime. So let's talk about that another day. I'm off to give some bread to those birds now. Bye bye.